Hey guys, welcome back to the shop, and on this episode of M7 Metalworks, we're going to do a checkerboard grill for an Oliver 550. So I'll take you around this grill. These are made of fiberglass if you're not familiar with them. They're actually pretty stout. I mean, I'm really pretty impressed with them. Would I rather have a cast iron grill? Yeah, of course. But for what these are, they're pretty darn good. This grill has got a few issues with it. Nothing major. Maybe yours is worse. Maybe it's better. I've got an area in the corner. I've got some cracks and that kind of thing. But here's the beautiful thing about these. They're made of fiberglass, so there's really nothing that you can't repair on these. And the reality of it is I can strengthen this even. Now mine's pretty filthy right now, but if you've got a weak area, you can actually put more fiberglass resin and cloth on there, and you can strengthen that thing and make it as good as new. So that's what we're going to look to do. So let me first take you up close on it and kind of just show you the specific areas that need repaired. So you can see a little crack right there. There's a little bit of cracking going on right there. Of course, there's a little chunk missed out here. We've got it's all here, but it's definitely weakened. So we'll address that. On the other side, probably the worst area. But again, all of this is repairable. So if you're not familiar with how to work with fiberglass, stay tuned. And that's what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do now, though, is to get this cleaned up. So I'm going to shoot it with some purple power, and that'll degrease it and get a lot of this grime and stuff off. Then I'll shoot it with the power washer. Okay guys, so we've got her cleaned up now, power washed, degreased. You can get a little better look at some of the damage. Now don't get carried away with some of this stuff and thinking that it's all got to be perfect. We'll make the outside pretty darn nice, but the interior, it can have some imperfections in it, and it's not going to interfere. We definitely want to keep our bolt areas clear where that fastens, but on some of this other stuff, you don't have to get too overly concerned about it. So something like this, I'll probably try to peel a little bit and get some of my resin down in here and on this back side as well. And then maybe I'll put something on there just to kind of straighten that up. And then I'll use some reinforcing layers to strengthen that as well. But you don't have to gel coat this whole thing. And what I mean by that is taking our fiberglass resin and just coating the entire surface. You're gonna see all sorts of maybe little chips or scratches and that type of thing in this. Nothing too major, but you can see there are some. Those types of things we don't have to get overly concerned with. That's not really a weak area, and our primer and our paint will still go over this. So it's still going to get an entire coat of primer and paint. And so that'll help shore it up as well and seal everything up nicely. What we're trying to do right now is get these cracks and the chips and just the places that aren't there back in. And the best way to do that, really, in my opinion, is just to tear into it, just to start. You know, the beauty of fiberglass is you can do a little bit at a time, and then you just build your layers up. So I think what we'll do first is I'll take a little bit of sandpaper and kind of rough this up, and then we'll get one layer on this side, or maybe even on the inside. I think we'll probably do a one layer on the outside, and then we'll flip it over, and once that's dry, and we'll start building our layers on the inside out. So I hope that makes sense. I'm probably confusing some of you, but anyways, just stay with me, and I think you'll get the drift as we move along. You can get a look at the inside of it now, quite a bit cleaner. You can actually see that little mint green kind of coming through now. I don't know how well that'll show up on camera. Well, guys, we've finished doing these repairs, and I think they turned out pretty good. If you'll notice, on the inside of these repairs, they're fairly thick. Look kind of down the center of it. You can see how thick I am here versus the rest of the grill. And that's okay, because when you put it on the nose of the tractor, there's a space there, so that shouldn't affect it at all. If anything, it gives it a little bit extra strength. I've got some finish sanding to do on this, but we'll probably call this video good right here. So let me show you what it looks like, or what it will look like on the tractor. Well, that's about what she'll look like. There we go. That's not obviously bolted in, but gives you a good idea. You see where that crack was, and I filled in. And of course, it's quite a bit thicker on the other side. You see, this one here was really bad. I was missing this whole section here. that's quite a bit thicker now. Once this is painted, it'd be difficult to even tell there was ever a repair made. And as you can see, and get a finger in there, there's quite a bit of space. If you look right in here, the grill on the inside butts up to this, but there's quite a bit of space for that bolt to go through, and it just tightens it to it. So we're gonna call that good. This grill isn't completed, obviously. It's gonna need to get some finish sanding. I'll have to do a little finish sanding on all those areas, but then also I'll have to do some light sanding on the entire thing before I prime it and paint it. And that'll be at a later video. So that's a repair of a fiberglass grill for an Oliver 550. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you liked it, feel free to comment. If you have other suggestions, things that you might have done different, I'm open to that kind of stuff as well. I don't do a ton of fiberglass work, but I do enough to be dangerous, I guess. Enough to get the jobs that I need to do done. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks. Have a great day. God bless you.